Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo season. All right. My rich auntie over there, she got a podcast. You know, she be hosting and stuff, and she want to tell you about it. And y'all gonna shut up, y'all gonna listen, and y'all gonna like it. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, sis.
Okay.
Tell them
Hi.
about it.
Hi. So we have a podcast that's called Virgo Season, and it's funny and culturally aware, and it's on YouTube and on Spotify and on Apple. And if you watch or listen or go look it up, it's Virgo Season Show. You can press buttons where you subscribe, where you give us thumbs up on episodes, where you leave comments, or if you're on like one of those like audio ones, you can press the little plus sign, and then it'll let you know when we drop new episodes, and you can rate us 5 stars, please, because we work very hard on this. And yeah, I think that's it.
And y'all gonna like it. Y'all gonna like it. Good.
First of all, not you actually being on social media, so you know what a trend is right now. What? Round of applause for Ryan. Round of applause for Ryan for actually knowing what is happening on social media this week.
I fell down a rabbit hole and I could not stop watching these things. I was just like, man, too good. It's too good.
Hilarious. And some of them are like actually like really dope things. Like
Yeah.
I saw one where like this mother created like a CPR kit that like teaches you like it helps you perform CPR, and I'm like, why isn't this everywhere? Like
Right. Yeah,
like, why isn't this?
Some of it is pretty good, actually. Yeah. Some of it is pretty bad too. I'm not even gonna lie.
I mean, some of them is just like some of them I really was like, please get out my face.
Watch my husband do this heel and toe. Like, no thanks.
There was one where this woman said, watch my husband dance, and he was dancing in lowercase. I don't know if y'all know what that looks like, but he was dancing in lowercase. And she was behind him laughing, and people was in the comments like me saying, we will stop laughing when you stop laughing, sis.
That's right.
You be nice to him.
That's
because
right. That's
what?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Before we move on, this episode may be slightly less ghetto than the last time you've seen us. Because let me tell you, my computer's not working. Okay. I am on my computer now, but my computer's not working. And for some reason, my phone and my computer have decided that they're no longer in a coexisting relationship. And so my quality of video is going to be infinitely lower than Ryan's, because obviously his technology likes him. Mine does not. And while I am a rich auntie, I'm a rich auntie with bills, and the bills are billing.
Bills are billing,
right now.
Yeah.
So I cannot just replace my laptop in the way that I would like to.
Yeah.
So y'all just gonna have to deal. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have a problem, go see management.
So I used to have my technology for years and years, and then, you know, when I'm ready for the next big thing, I just make another big purchase. No longer, no more. Every year, every single year, I'm trading it in and adding a couple $100 to the top of it and getting the next new thing. Because anybody got time for that? Anybody got time for that?
I mean, I would trade it in if it wasn't broken. You know, it's broken. Like my keys aren't working, and what it will cost me to fix it, I might as well just get the next one.
So if y'all remember a couple ghetto episodes ago, she dropped all her drink all over her laptop.
I did.
The laptop was like, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna give you a couple more episodes, and then that's it for me.
Then my keyboard said, no more.
That's
and
it
so
for me.
This is where we are. So that is why, you know, I may look a little different than Ryan, but my lights are on this week. See, I got my light on.
Listen, you gotta take your wins where you could get the wins.
You know what I mean? And because it's, you know, the setup is, things are still working. My audio, you know, like we was having issues with the audio. My audio was a little trash a couple weeks ago. But, you know, we gotta take the wins where we can get them.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
We back.
We are back.
They was yelling at us last week, but we back.
We are back. Let me say something. Apparently, when we take a break, the universe decides that it's a challenge, because so many things happen in the last 2 weeks that I'm just like, is this why y'all need Virgos in y'all lives? Because without us, it's nothing but pure chaos. Because it's been chaotic the last 2 weeks.
Listen, I told
Chaotic.
you when I looked at that list, I was like, yeah, we ain't getting into all of this.
Mm-mm.
We ain't getting into all of this because anybody got time for that. And I gotta edit it. No, no,
It's a lot.
we're trying to stick to a tight hour. Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
just put that out
All
there.
right.
I'm gonna
All
try to
right.
put that out there. All
All
right,
right.
cool.
You said
Mm-hmm.
all that. You've said
Mm-hmm.
all that. So we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get into the chaos because
All right.
we
All
have.
right.
Oh wait, well, actually no. Before we get into the chaos, how are you, Ryan?
Ah. Mm. We had a little talk before this started, and you know what's going on. But
Yeah.
I'm out here, I'm smiling and enjoying. The kids have progressed to the next grade, so apparently I'm doing something good. All that homework. I haven't actually even been yelling at them like I was yelled at. I told y'all I have PTSD, so we've been getting them through the homework, and they've been promoted to the next level. So I'm pretty happy
Amen.
about that. Yes,
Hallelujah.
yes.
Amen. Hallelujah. Um, my first baby graduated high school. Shout
Oh
out to
my.
Aiden. He's
Oh
gonna be
my.
in college. He's a rising college freshman right now.
Oh man. Oh man.
Like that is my first baby. Like Javon's first child was my first nephew, and
Mm,
like
mm.
he's now a high school graduate. So I was at his graduation last week. My second youngest baby just turned 1.
Yeah.
Javon reminded me because obviously I was an emotional mess because my baby. Javon reminded me I have so many more graduations to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That like she was like, I only got like 2 more. Me, on the other hand, because I obviously collect nieces and babies like infinity stones, I have a
Yeah.
lot to go. And
Yeah.
I'm not emotionally equipped.
How did we get so old? This doesn't make sense. This this does not make sense at all.
Because last I checked, I was 23. What is happening right now? Babies is graduate. Like I
Mm,
literally just threw Aiden his first birthday party at Build-A-Bear.
mm,
Like, what do you mean?
mm. Yeah, it's, whatever. I don't choose violence. I choose to be excited about this. I enjoy getting older, and the wisdom that comes along with it. I'll leave it there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
I
leave
mean,
it there.
getting
Yeah.
older is a blessing, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to, knock it. I just know that I'm still 23, and I'm just trying to
Mm.
figure out how I'm 23 and my oldest baby is 18.
Y-
The math
You
isn't mathing.
you couldn't pay me to go back to 23. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
would go back to
sorry.
23 with the
I'm
money and the
sorry.
knowledge that I have now. Life would be grand.
Yeah.
But since we're out here expouting wisdom and being
Yeah.
smart,
Yeah.
like we are apt to do. See, I can't
Mm.
even think right now.
Mm.
I have a good "Am I the asshole?" This kind of
Okay.
lines up too. I like how we be in sync because like that. Anyway, am I the asshole for refusing to be godfather to my best friend's baby because I think the child isn't his?
Oh. Oh.
I, 33 male, have been best friends with Mark, 32 male, since we were teenagers. He's basically family to me. We've been through everything together. He was the best man at my wedding. I helped him move around more times than I can count. I was there when his dad died. Real brother level stuff. Mark's fiance Lena just had a baby. Healthy, cute kid. He was absolutely excited, crying in the hospital, sending everyone photos, talking about how his life finally had a purpose. It was a lot, but I was genuinely happy for him. Except I've been sitting on something for a while now. Around the time she would have gotten pregnant, Lena was sleeping with a guy I work with. Let's call
Mm.
him Caleb. Caleb had no idea she was in a relationship. He thought she was single. He even showed me a picture over one day over beers and said something like, "This is my new," what did he say? I'm not gonna say that on the radio. I mean, on the podcast. She's a bit intense, but the sex is great. I recognized her instantly. I didn't tell him who she was, but I confronted her a few days later. She admitted it, swore it was complicated, said her and Mark had been taking time off to figure things out, and begs me not to tell him. She said she wanted to fix things with Mark and make it work, and that Caleb was just a mistake. I told her she had one chance to be honest and tell Mark. She promised she would. I waited. She never said anything, and I just sat with it. I just didn't know how to say it to Mark or ask him if she'd admitted to it, like I'm on some big secret he knew nothing about.
Yeah.
Until the baby was born. I know how this sounds, but he doesn't look like Mark. He looks exactly like Caleb. I know genetics can
Uh,
be weird, but the resemblance is
Uh,
almost brutal. Same
uh,
look, same dimples, down to the same damn ears. My wife noticed
uh.
it too. She's not even the type to say things like that. Anyway, last week Mark invited me over for a few beers. We were watching a match, just talking, and then out of nowhere he tells me he wants me to be his kid's godfather. Says he trusts me more than anyone, that he wants me to be part of his kid's life forever. And I just sat there feeling sick. I said no. I told him I couldn't accept. He looked crushed. He kept
Mm,
asking why, and I tried to dodge it at
mm.
first, but he wouldn't let it go. So I finally told him, I don't think he's yours. Dead silence.
Oh,
He asked me
oh,
what I was talking
oh.
about. So I told him what I knew about Caleb, about the timing, about how Lena begged me not to say anything, about how I should have told him sooner, but didn't. He kicked me out, didn't scream or punch me or anything, just said, get out of my house. And I did. That was about 3 weeks ago. He hasn't spoken to me since. Lena's blocked me on Facebook and Instagram. A few of our
Mm.
mutuals say I'm a prick for ruining what was probably just a rough patch in their relationship, that I've crushed him in the best part of his life. Someone literally said I weaponized the truth. I don't know. I thought I was doing the right thing. I couldn't stand in front of everyone pretending like I didn't know what I
Oh
knew. But
my
now I'm wondering if
God.
I should have just kept my mouth shut and said nothing, just agreed and
Ooh.
been his godfather. I'm not being dramatic when I say my name's being dragged through the mud. People I've known for years are suddenly acting like I'm some toxic lunatic who tried to sabotage a new dad's happiness because I was bitter or obsessed or secretly in love with Lena. Seriously, like what's going around that's what's going around in one of the group chats, that I always had a weird vibe around her and probably wanted her for myself. One guy who I helped get a job last year, who couldn't find a job anywhere because he's a former junkie, actually called me an emotional terrorist. Like I planned this whole thing to blow up Mark's life for what? So am I the asshole for telling my best friend the truth?
Oh my God. Oh, this is probably the worst one yet. this is this is probably
Came back with a doozy.
Oh, Joyhdae. Oh my God. Oh, like first of oh my I really want to hear what you have to say about this, but you okay. All right. So I don't take godchildren, like being a godfather, lightly, because if you are becoming a godfather in the way that you're supposed to become a godfather, it means literally if something happens to the parents of said child, that child is now under your like you have to take care of that child. That's your
Right,
child. That's your child, right?
right, right.
Uh oh God. Hmm. So okay, my Virgo. So as a Virgo, we tend to talk and tell people the truth, regardless of if they ask for the truth or not. And it's just usually what they need to hear, not necessarily what they want to hear. Uh hmm. I want to have some faith that you got their relationship can weather this storm because it's been such a long time, and that the gentleman will come to his senses. The hard part about this is if that child is actually his friend's child. This is bad.
Yeah,
this is real bad. This is real bad.
yeah,
It comes to the point also where when you start to know people for such a long time and you're in a couple dynamic and things like that. Uh, like I bring friends to my wife and I. She brings friends to my wife and I, and we all this big conglomerate of friends.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
So you have loyalty to the person that you brought, but you also have some loyalty to the other friend because now y'all big friends. Y'all in this thing. And so if they were actually having a rough patch and this lady went out and did whatever she did during that time that they were on a break, as Ross would say, um
We were on a break.
uh and then she asked you not to tell him, as they need to figure out how to go get through this their own way. I'm a big proponent in letting people have their relationships and do whatever they want to do in their relationships. Like this though is very tough because I'm that thing stuck between a rock and a hard place, right?
Right.
It's damn it, Jade. Damn it. I don't know. This one I'm truly baffled because I could see myself in the midst of this and being that person.
Cash obviously agrees with you.
Mm. I have no idea. What do you think? How would you do this?
Um, Fuck Lena.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I say that because he said that this is like his best friend, almost like family.
Yeah.
That trumps everything else. So the minute I found out that, because I definitely, my best friend, like my female best friend, or one of my female best friends, is literally like a sister to me. And I'm
Mhm.
very close with her husband, right?
Mhm.
Say this was before all of this took place. Like they weren't married, they were in a relationship. My loyalty goes to my best friend first and foremost. So
Right.
I'm going to give you one opportunity and a deadline to tell my best friend what I already know before I bring it to my best friend with
Right.
proof and evidence.
Right.
Now, I do agree with you that people should figure out relationship stuff, right? Like
Mhm.
it's not my business. And I tell my friends all the time, do not tell me what goes on in your
Mm.
relationship.
Listen.
Because
Listen.
one thing about me, I hold a grudge. So when you tell me bad, I won't like that person for the rest of their life. Okay. And to this day, I don't like people that my friends have dealt for because you
Yeah.
told me. Don't tell me, keep me out of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I tell you all the time, like I do my best to not hold grudges, but I can actually think of 2 or 3 friendships like that where these people told me all about their shit and then
Yeah.
they end up staying with the person and
Yeah.
now
Don't do that.
now it's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Because now you put us all in a
Mhm.
space together. You're telling me, Jade, fix your face. You already know my mouth is reckless. I'm gonna tell you I can't fix my face because I see shit, and then you're gonna get mad at me because I spoke my truth. You know what I mean? Like we can't do that.
Right.
Now, I wouldn't have let it get this far personally because while
Mm.
she's pregnant, like you
While
found
she
this out before she's
while she's
pregnant.
pregnant, yeah.
Yeah, you found this out before, like while she was pregnant, she would have had to have a deadline because he needs to know because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, right? Because you waited so long. Now it's the situation like you said. Now, what if this baby is his,
Right.
right?
Right.
But then on the long run, if you didn't say anything, and then 2 years down the line, this baby starts to look more and more like Caleb, and he gets a DNA test and it's not his baby, and he finds out that you know,
Oh, how do you win in this situation today? How?
from the
How?
beginning, I'd have been like, Lena, let me say something right now. Okay. I will bring I will bring Caleb to the baby shower. Do not play with me. Tell this man what happened so we can figure this out. Or else me and Caleb
Oh,
are showing up to that baby shower
oh.
ready to let you're gonna have to let the world know because what you're not gonna do is play in my friend's face.
The
That's what
thing
you're
is,
not gonna
the
do.
thing about this today is the friend reacted this way. No matter when this occurred, the friend was gonna react this way.
Yeah, but I feel like when the dust settles, what do you respect more? The friend that really obviously he's angry, he's
You
in
would
his
hope.
feelings, right?
You would
But
hope.
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I know that I'm gonna sleep well because I did the right thing.
Mm.
If you want to hold a grudge against me because I did the right thing,
Hmm.
that's your business. But I know
Yeah.
that I'm not about to look at Caleb Jr. growing up looking more and more like his daddy. And I'm just sitting there like, hey, buddy,
Oh no. Oh
like I'm not
no.
doing that. I'm always gonna ride
Yeah.
for my friend.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't even think about that now. Like, if if you just let this go, how much it's gonna eat at you every time you see that child.
Chat out here calling you
Oh,
Uncle Ryan,
oh
and you
my
looking at
god.
him and you like,
Oh my god. Oh
you
my
your
god.
daddy. Like you gonna tell that child you
Mm,
your daddy's son, and know
mm,
that that daddy ain't the one in the house, but the one that you got a job.
mm, mm, mm,
Absolutely not.
mm, mm.
Absolutely not. I gotta tell my friend.
Ah,
She's gonna have to
God,
be angry at me.
this has got to be the worst one yet. This has got to be the worst one yet because what what I would hate the most is if the guy does not come back from this. My friend of all of these years does not come back from this, and we don't get back to what we used to be. That would really suck. Really suck.
Then was he really your friend?
Things can
I'm just saying.
like first. Listen,
I'm honestly just being facetious because if my best friend
yeah,
stops talking to me about something like this, First of all, bitch, I'm showing up to your house because what do you mean?
What do you
I
mean?
done
Yes.
gave you time to be upset. Now you're gonna have to get over this shit. I did what
Yeah.
I did out of love for you.
Yeah.
Grow up, because
Yeah.
we in this for life.
Yeah. 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 Oh God.
And then
Mm-mm.
guess what?
Mm-mm.
This is sort of a cliffhanger because there's a follow-up to it,
Oh
but
my
I'm gonna
God.
save it for 2 weeks for the next week.
Okay. All right, Janae. All right. You know how I be saying people be making this shit up for people to talk, like us to talk about it. If this is somebody making this up,
Mm-mm.
they are top
Yeah,
notch
no, they're
writer. They are a
yeah,
top
no.
notch writer. This is great.
I remember one time I was sitting on TikTok watching some lady tell me her whole life story, and I was over here devastated. Okay, devastated.
That was
And then she
chapter one of my novel.
and then she basically was like, "I should be a screenwriter, right? That's what I am." I was writing, and I was like, "You
Oh,
ragged,
oh.
upset." You hear me?
Wow.
First of all, get into the cheekbones. Your girl still losing weight. You
Yo, okay, let's not do this because I was telling somebody, look, yo, in the gym. Okay, when you in the gym and you pump and you lifting weights and all that, people don't realize you have a lot of tension in your face
right.
as you push and all of that stuff. So I was telling somebody, I think I'm building muscles in my face, and they was like, no, bitch, you just losing weight. And I'm like, I don't know because you catch me at the right angle. Like I got like nice little lines and chisel and my cheekbones and all that.
I'm
Like
telling you right
it's
now,
doing all the things.
when you edit this, you were gonna crack up because there's so many moments. So I'm like,
I cannot
because
cannot
I'm
with
like,
you
oh,
today. I
look
cannot.
at the cheekbone.
Oh Lord God. Oh gosh.
I'm just, I'm
Here
just
we are.
letting you know.
Here we are.
I'm just letting you know.
Uh-huh.
Um, in other news, Tyler Perry is apparently a freak. I mean, even going, I
Oh.
wasn't even going
Oh.
to give y'all a good little segue into that. I'm just gonna jump right on into it because we're on a
Mm,
time crunch.
word.
Um, Tyler Perry is getting sued for $260 million by an actor named Derek Dixon, who acted in one of his shows called The Oval and Ruthless on BET. He claims Tyler, Mr. Perry, sexually harassed him for years, assaulted him, and hurt his career when he didn't go along with his advances. He
Mm.
says he met Tyler Perry in 2019 at a studio event in Atlanta where he promised to help him with his acting career. He says that Tyler Perry started sending him sexually suggestive text messages. Some of the messages are public. They were a little corny, but that's just me because they were included in the screenshots of the lawsuit. He alleges that Tyler Perry's behavior escalated. He claims that Tyler Perry invited him to his house and then touched him inappropriately while Dixon was in the bed in his underwear. In another incident, he says Tyler told him to undress for a weight monitor demonstration, then allegedly groped him and told him to just let it happen. He claims he
Oh.
rejected his advances. After he did so, Tyler Perry retaliated by making his work environment hostile and threatening his job security. The lawsuit suggests Tyler Perry's productions is having a coercive and sexually exploitative environment. Of course, Tyler Perry has denied all of these allegations through his lawyer. The case is ongoing. Both sides are releasing statements through their attorneys. Let me tell you something. Do I believe it? Anything can happen. I will say
Right.
this.
Right.
Tyler Perry has no game. Because I saw one of them screenshots where he was in a whole scuba suit at the beach and was like, "Do you see that stud?" And the guy was like, "You look all right." And Tyler Perry was like, "All right, that's all you can say." And I read that and I
Oh.
said,
Oh
"Could this get
man.
me corny yet?"
I mean, Tyler Perry is old, so I guess
It fit.
I,
It's yeah.
I don't know. I guess his choice of words could have been better for this day and age, but the bigger issue I see here is you richer than God,
Yeah.
basically, right?
Yeah.
If you shoot your shot with this person
Mm-hmm.
and this person denies
Mm-hmm.
your advance,
Mm-hmm.
why not move on to some badder bitch? Like why like why are you going so crazy? And I think this is how these people get caught up. These people
Yeah.
that are so rich because they get
And
to a point
powerful.
they get to a point where they can have anything that they want. And
Yeah.
so when people are or a situation pops up where they are not getting what they want, it's exciting for them.
Hmm.
And so now they want to show and prove that they have the thing, they have the gravitas, they have whatever it is that can overpower this thing in order for them to have whatever they choose, whatever they, thought that they wanted, all right? And I think that's how they get caught up, because there's nothing but fish in the sea. I don't
Nothing.
I don't
And then the
understand.
other
I
thing
don't
too is
understand.
like, why y'all being so reckless? And I get it, like that money power makes you think that you're untouchable,
Yeah.
but it's just like there's a level of recklessness that don't nobody know me. You know what I mean? Like I'm careful and don't nobody know me. You know what I mean? Like,
That's because you're a Virgo and you thinking about the future.
but he's a Virgo and he's
He
always
is a Virgo. He
you
is a
said
Virgo.
and you said a couple weeks ago
Oh,
when we was talking about
oh,
that damn movie Straw, he probably knew
oh,
we was talking about him, talking about Straw.
oh,
So it's
man.
like, what were we on?
Oh.
And you know what else, Tyler? Now I
Mm-mm.
know I said I like medium ugly. You got to do better. Because at least when somebody drops an allegation, we can at least be like, "Oh, okay, I see
I
it.
see that. I
I
can
get
see
it.
that.
I get it, Tyler. Shouldn't have did it, Tyler. But you know, that's a fine. There was
Yeah.
nothing sexy about that man.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
He
I
wasn't
totally
even like medium. Yeah, you
I
forgot he was a
just
Virgo.
just like
Yeah,
that I forgot he was a Virgo.
yeah,
One, and then
yeah.
I'm mad at myself, because I'm gonna stop telling people. I don't care if it's Jesus. I don't care if it's Jesus, Jade. I'm not saying that man is a good person. I like that person. They doing a good job, because no matter what, they gonna disappoint you regardless. Like, this is terrible.
Wait.
This is so terrible. Oh my god.
I
I
I
don't
am
I don't
I am
understand this.
weak. I am weak right now.
Oh
Um,
man.
to give us a little break right now, we're gonna talk about another Virgo criminal who happens to also be Creole. Her name is Beyonce Giselle
Oh,
Knowles Carter.
okay. All right.
Okay.
All
And
right.
this is going to be a
All
quick
right.
bite,
All right.
but I want her to know that somebody at
Hmm,
Parkwood
hmm.
Entertainment owes me and probably Ryan
Not and probably and Ryan, yes.
a refund because what do you mean you bought Jay-Z out?
And I want damages. And I want damages because now I have emotional distress. I want damages.
Emotionally distressed. What do you mean you bought Jay-Z out and he did 3 songs? What do you mean that you was in Paris and you bought okay, fine, you bought out Miley Cyrus. Whoop-de-doo. That would have been cute, but you bought out Jay-Z. So he could do Crazy in Love.
Oh
So
man.
he could do Drunk
Drunk
in
in
Love.
love.
So he could do Black
In
People in Paris
Paris. In Paris, yo. Oh, in
and have the
Paris.
Parisian Stadium jumping. He is from New York. You were just here. He could have did Empire State of Mind at MetLife, and we would have went
Thank
crazy.
you. Thank
What do
you.
you
Thank you.
mean?
Okay. All right. All
You
right.
Creole criminal. What do you mean? My feelings are hurt.
Okay. Queen Bee. Queen Bee,
Mm,
okay?
mm, mm-hmm.
What did the US Beehive do to you? That's what I want to know. What did the US Beehive do to you? Did we do something wrong? Because if we did, please let us know so that I can rectify it. I can wrangle the troops, and we can apologize publicly, and so that you could come back and give us the things that we need, because
Because you know we didn't vote for that man. It's not our fault that man is in office. Like you know it's not us. So what did we do? Because
what did we
I feel
do?
like we're being punished for a group project that we didn't sign up for.
You couldn't even give us good weather when you came. You was just like, listen, I am big pissed at y'all, and y'all gonna have to learn to enjoy this concert in the cold ass rain. That's what you're gonna have to do.
Y'all know I get on this podcast
I'm
and
so
I tell
mad.
y'all every time I can that my number one artist in life is Sean Corey Carter. I stand that man. I was in the 0.001% of people who listen to him on Spotify.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You brought him out in Paris, Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter.
I already told
Huh?
you. I have a
Mm.
I have a theory that I will not share on this show about Jay-Z and his shenanigans, and so we'll just have to wait and see what occurs.
I,
I'm not even mad at Jay-Z. The Queen told him to get your ass on this stage and perform. He was like, okay.
yeah, I'm
So
not mad at
so
him.
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at
I'm
him.
not mad at him because I feel like if she would have said, yeah, we got to bring you out for night 2 in New York, New Jersey, you got to do Empire State of Mind, Drunken Love, Deja Vu, whatever,
Whatever.
he would have been with the shits. You save that for Paris?
Oh my God. My God.
They better not get a tour for Act 3. You better not stop your Creole self over there.
Meanwhile,
for Act 3.
Your tour actually should be all 82 shows in MetLife Stadium, just so you know. Every single show.
Just do a residency.
Every single one.
Just do it. They ain't using it now anyway. Just do a residency. The audacity.
I am so, oh gosh. When I tell you, Joyhdae, when the next morning when we woke up and we just kept sending things back and forth, I just got more and more upset every time I scrolled down my timeline. I was just more and more.
When I tell you the amount of people who texted me and said, what happened?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Because I know after Act 3, whatever she does for that, she gonna sit her ass down. So I'm going multiple times in multiple cities. I'm just letting you know.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
I'm gonna let you know that right now.
I'm down with that cause. If I go to Paris to see you on tour and you don't give me what you gave them this year, Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm going in New York. I don't think MetLife. I'm going in MetLife.
Yes.
I may have to go to Houston because I always feel like when you go to Houston, you're going to put on a show.
Put on a show, yeah.
And I'm going to go someplace. Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter. If you decide randomly that you're going to put on in Chicago and not any of the places that I hit, my good sister in Christ.
This is the problem with this lady. She don't care about you. Also,
she don't. She don't.
Also, she likes to play with people. So I'm not saying, I said I'm going to multiple cities. I'm not telling y'all where I'm going, because if I tell you that and she comes across this little old YouTube and was like, oh, them Virgos over there said they going to such and such show so that I could give them the things. She gonna move it to the other city. That's all she gonna do.
Matter of fact, I'm just gonna have to go to all the tours then.
Every stop.
I'm just gonna have to be at all the stops. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? What are we talking about right now? Huh? Moving on.
Yeah.
In more Roc Nation must crumble news, Fat Joe was also facing allegations. Fat Joe, if you don't know him, lean back, is facing a $20 million federal lawsuit filed by his former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon. The allegations include sex trafficking, sexual coercion, financial fraud, and even sexual abuse of minors. Fat Joe obviously denies everything and says that this is just an extortion attempt. Now, Mr. Dixon says he was forced to participate in thousands of sexual acts with women, often while Fat Joe and his crew watched, recorded, or gave instructions. Dixon also alleges that Fat Joe and his associates trafficked and groomed underage girls. He says he saw Fat Joe have sex with girls as young as 15 and 16. The lawsuit claims Fat Joe paid for a 16-year-old's travel and cosmetic surgery and kept another underage girl in a condo near his family home. He says he works for Fat Joe for over 15 years as a hype man, songwriter, and security, but never got fair pay or credit for his creative work. He alleges that if he didn't cooperate, Fat Joe's team would threaten him, abandon him in foreign countries, or even use violence to intimidate him. Fat Joe has, of course, denied these allegations, calling them fake and a form of retaliation from a previous legal dispute. The lawsuit is more than 150 pages long and names Fat Joe's associates and companies like Roc Nation as defendants.
I didn't realize this was a federal thing. I'm so tapped out on these things. Like I didn't really do the big due diligence on this stuff, especially since I got, my resident fact checker over there to do this. But I didn't know this was federal. I thought this was a civil lawsuit, and one of the attorneys involved is one of the people also involved in taking down like Ti and Diddy and like all of those sort of things. So I just thought it was one of those things, but this seems a little bit more intense than I thought. And wow, I like wow. They coming for everybody. I don't know. I hope this is a lesson to all these new youngin rappers that are outside doing all sorts of ridiculous things. It's gonna catch up with you. They're gonna make it happen, and they're gonna wait till you big rich and have a whole family and investments and all these different things to take you down. So figure it out. Figure it out. This is terrible. If any of this is true, this is oh my god. It's the it's the minors of it all.
Yeah.
It's the minors of it all.
Fat Joe says the N word. So as far as I'm concerned,
I know a number of Puerto Ricans that say the N word.
yeah, me too.
So
And they should really stop, because when he was called out about it, instead of him really trying to learn from why people had a problem with him saying it, he basically pulled the "I'm black" card as well.
mm-hmm.
And there's a problem with that, but we're not going to get into it because that's a whole nother conversation to be had.
Yeah.
But I will say this: where there's smoke, there's fire.
Is that the truth? Is that the truth? I know that's a statement that people say, but I don't know. I don't know if
How
that's
else
the
do you
truth.
get smoke? A little bit of Kindle. I mean, listen. So far, no woman has come out and said, oh, I'm one of the victims, so forth and so on. Nothing has happened yet.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out. I'm still, despite the, everybody puts up their pitchforks and is ready for justice, justice, justice.
Right.
I am still a firm believer in innocent until proven guilty, even if I don't necessarily care for the person. I don't know if it's true. I pray that it isn't, especially because to think of the impact that some of this would have had on teenagers who would have been involved in this is
right.
That's sickening.
Right.
I also, it always makes me feel a certain kind of way because I don't want to victim blame, but Terrence Dixon was never a child when he was involved with Fat Joe and what was going on. In my mind, you were just as liable and culpable as he is because you did it. You were a grown-ass man who should have known better. And you chose to participate.
Right.
I'm not saying that they wouldn't have whooped your ass.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. Power, money, da-da-da-da. But at the same time, like, as much as you and I rock together, certain crimes you commit, I'm not holding you down. You know what I mean?
Which is why I don't commit crimes. So.
but you feel me? Like, there's certain crimes, certain things you do, I might be like, he was with me. He was recording a podcast. I don't know what you're even talking about.
Yeah.
Other things, where's Joyhdae? Yes, officer. So let me tell you what exactly happened on June 23rd, 1997, when, you know what I'm like? So I will say I hope the truth comes to light.
Sidebar: solid carbon dioxide, CO2, dry ice, smoke, no fire.
Let me tell you how twisted my mind was. How twisted my mind is. I thought you were telling me ways to kill people without getting killed. That's literally where my mind just went. And then I was going to tell you about an idea that I've had for many years. But now I'm not going to say nothing because now you're going to think I'm a psycho. But
you
literally.
Are. This is the one that goes to sleep to true crime. This is the one that shoots 12-year-old bitches in Call of Duty. This is that one. The same person.
You was like CO2. And I was like, yeah, silent killers. And then you talk about some smoke with no fire. Yo, my mind. I'm gonna have to talk to Carlita in a couple of weeks about this because.
Oh man.
And the crazier thing is, I got so excited because I was about to be like, "Oh wait, let me tell you my idea," but we gonna move on.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
gonna move on
Yeah.
because wow.
Wow is right.
And straight people got to find something better to do with their time. There was a festival
God.
called the Hetero Awesome Fest that was held in Boise, Idaho this June. It was promoted as a celebration of traditional family values and heterosexuality, a direct response to Pride Month. It was controversial. I don't know why, because it was a flop, a full-on flop. You want to take a guess at how many people attended this festival?
I did look this up a little bit, so I think I might already know how many people attended. But you want to tell the people?
30 to 50 people.
Oh, because I
Through the
got
span
50. I got 50. I didn't know it
through
was
a
30 to
span of
50.
the weekend. Yes, through the span of the weekend. 30 to 50 people. Okay. The festival's message was that it was honoring heterosexual families, standing up to what organizers called woke ideologies and LGBTQ plus pride. The event featured live country music, a kids zone, vendor booths, and even a night called Hetero Male Mondays. The turnout was, like I said, extremely low. Only 30 to 50 people showed up across both days. So that means 15 people possibly on one day, 15 people probably on the next. Okay. I saw pictures and it was empty.
Yeah.
Social media and national news outlets roasted the festival, calling it tone deaf, divisive, unnecessary, especially during Pride Month. Boise's LGBTQ plus community responded with protests and their own events, including one at the city's only gay nightclub. United Rentals was a sponsor, but organizers say they struggled to get enough financial support. I saw two of the organizers pitching on TikTok, like they were talking about it, like, if you believe in this and you believe in that. And I just need y'all to know that your mother and your father are cousins. Okay.
Oh man, that reminds me of a dad joke. I'm just going to tell you that this is a dad joke right off the top. How do you circumcise a redneck?
Oh God. How?
Kick his sister in the jaw. You started it. I don't care. Okay, you started it.
All I said was that their mother and father were cousins. I didn't. You went straight jugular.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh my God. I just need straight people, not the same straight people, these weird straight people, to go outside and touch grass. Not this grass, because this grass had to be fake. Because why are y'all so concerned about what homosexual people are doing? Why does it bother you? You are the same people who get upset and say we don't have months for XYZ, not knowing full well that there's literally a celebration in a month for everything. Everything.
Every single thing.
Every single, but y'all don't care about it until somebody that you don't like has a month. Whenever it's Black History Month, why do Black people got a month? Why don't veterans? May.
Yep.
Right there. You can look it up. You can Google it. Google's still free. Y'all get upset about the weirdest things. And then on top of that, it's so strange that you have something called Hetero Male Mondays just for a bunch of men to get into to go to an event together and do what exactly? That's a little gay if you ask me. And not even fun gay. Like, y'all don't be thinking these things through.
I just don't understand, like, what is the issue? Like, I never seen a gay person in my life force a straight person to be gay. I can't say that it never happened, but I've never seen it. It's never happened. I've never.
Even if it has happened, the percentage is probably 0.00001%.
Like, why are you mad? Did somebody come to your room at night? Like, I don't get it. I don't get why people are so mad.
I say it all the time. They are closeted, and they are upset that other people are living freely and they cannot. Because again, I am an ally. I couldn't care less about what a gay person is doing at home as long as everyone is a consenting adult.
Listen, even
Love who
as
you love.
even okay, if you're saying that you're straight, the it's just think about it. Are you walking through the world being like, hmm, I wonder how much sex they're having. I wonder how they're having the sex. I wonder, like, oh, this, like, for the regular straight people. I don't do that with straight people. Why am I doing that with gay people? That does not make sense. These are just people. Like, who, like, why? The fact that your mind is in somebody's bedroom is the problem.
Yeah,
That's the first problem. And the fact that you are in somebody's bedroom that's doing something that has nothing to do with you is a huge. You're the one with the problem,
yeah.
not them.
It's
All right.
called projection. You're unsatisfied at home. You hate to see other people living freely because you don't get to live freely, and now
Mm,
you want to punish these people.
mm,
But God is punishing you because you got to wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and have God remind you that you were a mistake.
mhm. I heard he spent $85,000 to put this on, and only 50 people showed up. I heard he got.
Over
I,
the span of, like, think about that number across 2 days.
I heard he got punched in the face by another heterosexual person.
There was a fight broke out because a one of the acts, I guess, started playing a pro LGBTQ song that I'm assuming they didn't know was like a pro LGBT, because why would you
No,
go to
no.
why would you do that?
So the story that I
Anyway, oh,
so the
go
story
ahead.
that I heard was that they I guess they were having trouble finding people to play at this festival. When they found this band, they didn't do their due diligence on the band,
Oh,
and they were just like, "Yeah, sure, we'll perform at your event." Come to find out, one of the people was an LGBTQ person in the band, and the other person was a trans person in the band. And so they were
oh.
performing out of like protest or like to be facetious or whatever the case. That's what I
Because then
heard.
I heard,
I don't
and then
know.
I heard that, like, when the fight broke out, he ended up getting punched because another bystander didn't realize that he was the event organizer and
And
thought
thought
he
he
was
was
just a
heckling them.
protester.
Yes, yes. Can you imagine?
See, God don't like ugly, so he punched you in the face.
Oh,
See,
it's
you
too
see what I'm
funny.
saying?
Too
Like,
funny.
y'all got what y'all deserved. Um, in other news,
Mm-hmm.
since the world's going to shit, Israel has decided to bomb Iranian nuclear sites. Iran fired back with missiles. The U.S. launched strikes against Israel. I mean, excuse me, against Iran. Violence killed over 600 people in Iran and 28 in Israel. Donald Trump helped broker a ceasefire. Ceasefire never happened because as soon as it happened, both places was like, we don't know what he's talking about. He got on the news talking about he was on C-SPAN. They asked him about it, and he said that Israel and Iran don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
We're on the brink of World War III. Okay, well, not really, but the poor soldiers is out here. They getting fed steak and lobster, which means war is on the horizon at some point. And this is the man y'all chose to be president. Okay. June 13th, Israel bombed multiple nuclear sites and killed high-ranking Iranian military leaders. Iran retaliated with at least 7 ballistic missile attacks, striking Israeli cities and military sites and causing dozens of casualties. The U.S. then joined in, bombing 3 Iranian nuclear sites. Experts say this only set back Iran's nuclear program by a few months, which means failure. President Trump personally called leaders in both countries to help negotiate a ceasefire, but it was rocky at first with violations on both sides almost immediately. Trump made headlines by telling reporters they don't know what the fuck they're doing, referring to both Israel and Iran. As of now, the ceasefire is holding, and no other world powers have joined the conflict militarily. So experts say this is not World War III, at least not yet. Most analysts are still worried about the U.S. involvement and what could potentially lead to a larger multi-front war if things escalate again. This is what y'all voted for.
I Yeah, I'm very glad that Russia and China are holding and they're not helping in any way and want nothing to do with this, because the moment this escalates to conflict that multiple nations that have nuclear warheads, then we really screwed, because
Mm-hmm.
nobody likes America.
Mm-mm.
So
They
Ah,
don't.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we spend enough money to be able to hold down the fort, but that's going to come with lots and lots and lots of casualties, um, and uh, and I guess repercussions that will last long past the war as well. So
Mhm.
I just really hope Mother Nature or whatever you call God or something intervenes and takes out all the people that are not good for us. you know,
That
that's
would be
that's
amazing.
that's all.
That would be
That's all.
amazing. All I'm saying is, I can't believe y'all voted for this man again. Like, this is who y'all gave the nuclear codes. Y'all gave the nuclear codes to somebody like this who hired people who get drunk and send what's signal messages to reporters. Matt Gaetz was just caught on the phone texting with his mother. The person zoomed in. They was talking about Iran. You were in public. These people don't even know how to operate in public. I need y'all to be so for real. The good news is that, technically we can't go to war without the approval of Congress, but Congress has proven to be a whole bunch of goddamn, y'all are useless.
Listen, we can't go to war without that.
Useless.
Didn't he need
Useless.
didn't he need to consult with Congress
Technically,
before he bombed Iran?
technically, no, because he said it was like a greater interest. It's like the War Power Act of 1973 or something like that gives the president power to do that. He's a liar.
He finds all the loopholes, whatever fake loopholes
Honestly,
there
he
are.
should have, yes, but that's what they're going to use to say that it was justified. I want to talk to, though, the 128 Democrats who who voted against Senator Al Green's articles of impeachment for Donald Trump, including you, Hakeem Jeffries. If I ever see you on these streets,
Mm.
you're making me not like you like I don't like Eric Adams. And I never thought that I would say that.
Yikes.
There was hope there with you.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know why. Now, when you run, now we got to get you up out of office.
Listen,
Because what do you mean?
listen. There's a movement going on in the Democratic Party. It's very splintered, but pretty focused on getting all these people up out of there and bringing in young blood. And it's happening.
Listen,
It's happening. I'm just saying.
speaking of, shout out to Zohran Mamdani
Mm-hmm.
for becoming the Democratic nominee
Nominee.
for mayor of New
Yep.
York City. I still have
Yes.
a little bit of questions, but listen, as long as it wasn't Cuomo, I was good. If you don't know, he's a 33-year-old Democratic socialist and current New York State Assembly member. He defeated Andrew Cuomo, who was hoping for a comeback, as well as several other high-profile candidates. With 93% of the votes counted, Zohran Mamdani secured 43.5% of the vote compared to Cuomo's 36.4%. Brad Lander finished a distant third at about 11%, followed by Adrian Adams, Scott Stringer, and several other people. The
Mm-hmm.
primary used ranked choice voting, but Mamdani's lead was so large that he declared victory even before the last ballots were tabulated.
Yep.
His campaign focused on affordability in New York City. He proposed bold policies like universal child care, city-run grocery stores, free bus service, and a rent freeze to help working families and lower-income residents. Andrew Cuomo conceded early on Tuesday night, congratulating Mamdani, acknowledging the strong energy and support behind his campaign. The general election will take place on November 4th with Mamdani, the Democratic nominee, running against Curtis Silva. Curtis Silva has been running to lose since God knows when.
Sliwa.
Silva. Incumbent Mayor Eric Adams announced today that he will be running again as an independent. We don't care. His campaign announcement rolled out with a whole bunch of senior citizens. Again, the old people gonna vote.
They gonna vote.
The youth gonna have to do what the youth do. The old
And
people gonna vote, and they gonna
so
vote for Eric Adams because they don't know no better.
so two things. I say this again. How we get so old? We older than politicians today. We older than politicians. I remember there was a time when he was talking about politicians and be like, when I get to that age, we looking downward. We're looking backwards towards towards the politicians now. This is crazy. Also, election day is Jay-Z's birthday, so
No, Jay-Z's
national
birthday is December.
December. You're right. That is
Yeah.
Diddy's birthday. Yikes.
If there's one thing I know is December 4th.
December 4th,
Okay.
right?
Um,
Yikes.
I will say that one thing that I have said for quite some time is that public transportation in New York should be free. I definitely think that tourism is where we should be taxing people, like taxing these tourists who come here and make shit unbearable.
Mm.
But I'm with the whole free train. I mean, I take the train. I mean, I take the Jersey bus. I don't even take trains no more. But
Mhm.
I'm with. Um, it'll be interesting to see. He has an uphill battle when it comes to the primary because I'm not going to hold you. Right now, he's being labeled as an anti-Semite, which, in my opinion, has become a buzzword for anyone who does not agree with Israel and what is going on with the multiple wars that they are staging or the multiple sieges that they're staging, including the genocide in Gaza.
Yeah.
Um, with that being said, you know, from now I think because we have him and people think he's a democratic, well, he is a democratic socialist, but he's a socialist and people label socialism as a bad thing. We're going to see a lot of money get poured into Eric Adams' re-election campaign.
Yeah.
Um, which even then I kind of wish, like, Cuomo, come on, get in there so you could take some of Eric Adams' votes because
I mean, they say he might run independent as well, so we'll
he
see.
said he's not. I think he said he's not. This was embarrassing for him.
Got it.
This was like
Yeah.
super embarrassing for him.
Well then, hey. Um I'm interested to see. It's going to be an uphill battle like you say for him to get anything kind of accomplished. But the thing about this is we're starting to see the radical Democrats actually making moves to fix or to disrupt the status quo that the Democrats have been riding off of for a long time. And I think that's what people are energized about. I think people are tired of um false promises and all this respectability politics and like all of that type of stuff. And so just like it got shook up on the Republican side, it's about to get shook up on the Democratic side. So we're gonna
I
see.
hope so, but
We're gonna see.
I hope we get somebody a little bit in the middle because at the end of the day, the numbers are not there for like democratic socialists on
Yeah.
a national, you know what I mean, like on a
Right.
national scale. So we'll end
Right.
up with more Donald Trumps. So I need the Democrats to pull it together because we
So
all need to be. When I think of the umbrella, the circus tent that they all were talking about, I'm not thinking about Republicans. If we're going to
yeah.
be 100% honest, I'm thinking about the super left leaning Democrats,
Yeah.
the super right leaning Democrats, and all the central Democrats coming together, coming up with cohesive messaging, cohesive plans
Yeah.
that everybody can get on. Because regardless of how fast we want change to happen, change is always going to be a gradual thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And somebody has to put the ideas forward and somebody has to show how it can work. It's not going to happen overnight. So,
So
and that's what I think I need people to realize because people don't realize that.
I think what's gonna happen is we got this crazy shakeup with Donald Trump and all his people going on right now. We're gonna get a shakeup on the left, and then people gonna realize, oh, we gotta find our way back to the middle, and then there's gonna be a stronghold in that middle area. But it's not gonna happen right away, like you said. It's gonna take a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit
going to
of
take some
people
time.
gotta get like smacked in the face a little bit to understand. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that hurts. Okay, all right.
Like,
Okay.
and it's hurting now, y'all. So I don't know how much more
Yeah.
I did. I listen. I don't yuck anybody's yum, like Ryan says all the time. I have my kinks. I'm sure you have yours. I don't need to be involved in this group project because it's hurting. Okay, it's hurting.
Yeah.
It's hurting.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah. All right.
What do you call a bear with no shoes?
I don't know.
You're gonna be so mad at yourself. Barefoot.
Yeah. Okay. This is a dark one, okay? This is a dark
Mm-hmm.
one.
Okay.
Where did Joe go after he got lost in a minefield?
I'm gonna talk to Carlita about my mind. Down the shaft.
Everywhere. You brought up war, World War
I
Three,
did.
all of
I
that.
did. I did.
Okay.
Since we going dark, this
Uh-huh.
is a little dark.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between a priest and Woody from Toy Story?
I feel like that was on this show already. Oh God. I wish I remembered the punchline. What is it?
Woody goes limp when a child walks into the
Mm-hmm.
room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 I gotta bring this back to regular dad jokes.
Hmm.
I gotta
Hmm.
bring
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
gotta bring it back.
My last two are good.
Okay. All right.
I have a raunchy one, but I'll save it for the next week.
All right. How many dance instructors does it take to change a light bulb?
2.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Get off my phone. I mean, get off my screen. We may have done this one. So I'm gonna do this one because my last one I'm obsessed with, but we may
Okay.
have done this one.
Okay.
What do you call a Spanish man being discharged from the hospital?
Oh, you definitely did this one. Oh God, why don't I remember? Spanish man being discharged from the hospital. Oh my God. What?
Manuel.
Man, well, yeah, yeah. You definitely did that one already. Damn, my brain. Why don't I remember this stuff? Too
I
many
know we didn't do
jokes.
this last one that I had, which is it's so good. I can't wait.
Too many jokes. Too many jokes. My favorite teacher in school's name was Mrs. Turtle.
Okay.
You know, strange name, but you know, she taught us well.
Ryan, I literally, because I be listening. I be putting my listening ears on. You know what I mean? She taught us so well. But first of all, sidebar again, get into these cheekbones.
I see, Joyhdae.
You see it?
I see. Okay, I see.
All right. This is my last one.
Uh-huh.
What do you call a Frenchman that's been attacked by a cat?
Oh, I don't know what.
Claude.
Mm. I gotta keep that in my mind. Anytime it's a Frenchman, it's Claude. Yeah, I gotcha.
Oh,
Gotcha.
that one tickled me.
Gotcha. Virgo season show at gmail.com is the email address. I know we don't do it that way anymore, but that's still the email address. Virgo season show.com is the website.
Whew.
Yeah, we on a break next week because we on summertime. Summer. Okay, we on summertime, and so not next week, but the week after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow us at Virgo Season Show on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find Ryan at Black Ryan on TikTok and Instagram. And you can find me at Joyhdae on TikTok and Instagram.
Okay.
I was
Anything
thinking I
else?
forgot something.
We just
Did I
have
forget something?
we missed 1 week and we done lost it all.
We don't know what we doing.
Done forgot it. Anyway, whatever. They'll figure it out. My last one before we go.
I'm ready.
Have you heard of Murphy's Law?
Yes.
What is Murphy's Law?
I don't know, but I've heard of it.
If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. That's Murphy's Law. Okay. Have you heard of Cole's Law?
No. Yes. That's the food, ain't it?
Thinly sliced cabbage. Ruining my damn punchline.
Virgo season!